Hello. Today I'm going to tell you a story about a friend named Avni. Like Avni, I'm sure you must have faced similar situations at work. If you want, you can share them in the comment section below. So, without further ado, let's get started. Hey, have you ever felt someone getting jealous of you even though you have done nothing wrong to them? Cases can be many, right? I honestly didn't know because before this incident, which took place at my workplace, I had never faced such hostility. And especially, I never expected this from my own team, people who supported me at work. So, what happened is, I was a fresher at my workplace, and I think it was just a month or two since I started working there. Everything was going well when one of our team members resigned. For context, our team consisted of tenure and new members, and one who resigned was a tenured team member. She had completed 1 year or so in that organization. We talked with each other occasionally. Also, when we sometimes had to leave work together, we used to head in the same direction, as both of our houses used to be 250 meters away from each other, however, mine being 3 kilometers away from the workplace itself. We had become a little close as she shared me some relationship advice, and also, nobody knew other than me that she used to live where she did, as she said her residence is way too far from her office. I did not get as to why she or anyone would share false information to their colleagues where they actually live in terms of distance, but now I do. So, coming back to how we became a little close, I considered her a friend. Big mistake. I had heard to never consider your colleague as friend. I did. Not that I regret it thoroughly for what she did later on. However, I do have second thoughts now as why I considered so many people at my workplace as friends or as a mentor. For avoiding confusion and later reference, let's name her Akshata. One day, after I got back from my first break at work, Akshita calls me to herself, and when I finally got to her, she said me something I was shocked to discover, and at the same time got extremely self conscious of myself. She said, "Look, Avni, what I'm gonna tell you may hurt you, but this is all for your sake. I heard someone talking behind your back in the washroom just now. Sorry, I cannot tell you who it was, but they were from our team only. You actually need to listen to me carefully, as I advise you to not wear these kind of clothes in office, as there are many boys and girls here, and this is not the appropriate way to dress. As you know, boys' shift starts in the afternoon, so try to dress up decent and not tuck in your tops, as this makes it look tight. And few of your clothes are rather fitting, so that will attract unwanted attention. Hence, please keep this in mind. Rest is your decision to make, but you don't want people gossiping behind your back." And then Akshita went on with her work. I, on the other hand, was left totally surprised. As how can someone be so mean to go talk behind my back without telling me up front if they have a problem with what I wear? And that too, the people who I thought became so friendly and close to me. This was funny and enraging to me. The male colleagues that I used to talk to were handful, and I used to call Bhaiya to most. The rest whom I used to talk were just normal colleagues, and believe me, those would never comment on what I wear. They considered me a kid actually. Plus, the clothes that I wore, all except two, were loose because my mom used to say, wear something breathable. So I could never imagine my own team members would be so mean about my outfits. There were just two tops which were a little transparent due to their nature, white and yellow, and you could see that the person is wearing something inside. But that's obvious, isn't it? And I had seen brass straps popping out of girls' top, and I considered it absolutely normal. On the same note, let me tell you, I'm totally flat, and I take pride in it, as I'm most comfortable when I do not attract unwanted attention. And by this, I'm not saying that a certain body type or a certain kind of cloth is nice or not nice. I actually love girls who are confident in wearing whatever they want without worrying of people's opinion of them. So, anyways, I worked that day, same thing occupying my head all day long. That day, I did not talk to anyone unless absolutely necessary. And after the shift ended, went back home. Arriving at home, I started crying and got overwhelmed and shared all with my teenage sister. She got even more enraged and told me it wasn't my fault and I wore nothing wrong. They are just jealous of my outfits, and I don't know if they were jealous or what. And even though I convinced myself that I am in the right, I stopped wearing those two tops to the workplace, and my insecurity rose from that day onwards. I thought to myself that day whether Akshita was lying, but I shrugged it off and thought she must be telling the truth. However, being a little close that we were, she should have encouraged me against those odds instead of advising me to wear things that other team members approve of. I have seen lot of other girls wear the transparent tops and a bit revealing outfits too to the office and used to think what was actually wrong with me. Alright, until the next story arrives, adios.